Hello, I'm Melanie Hubbard, and welcome to After LUTV News, where we will discuss interesting topics in news and pop culture with our panel of university press and LUTV news reporters. Cardi B has recently admitted that in the past she has drugged and robbed men. At the time, the Grammy Award-winning artist said she had limited options to aid in her survival. Internet backlash about the statement has compared to the female rapper to Bill Cosby, who was found guilty of drugging and sexually assaulting a woman and was sentenced to 3 to 10 years in the state prison. Panel, what are your thoughts about men and women and being treated equally in these situations in the court of public opinion and the court of law?
Well, specifically in this case, I don't think that what Cardi B is equal to what Bill Cosby did. He raped someone, he assaulted them. Cardi B robbed someone, not right. She shouldn't have done that either, but it's not the same thing.
Do you feel as though she should face some kind of jail time or anything, though?
If someone comes forward, she's not going to be prosecuted unless someone comes forward and has a complaint about her.
I don't think anyone's going to come forward because a married man, if he comes forward...
Allegedly, someone actually did come forward and spoke, but this is allegedly, so it's not a proven fact that this person is someone that she could have been with. But
I feel like as a male, coming forward about these situations is kind of hard for males. I mean, it's kind of embarrassing at the same time, but at the same time, I feel like they should come out and say something if something happened.
Definitely. I think that with Cardi B, yes, the situation is different because, yes, she robbed them and Bill Cosby actually sexually assaulted them, but I feel like she also drugged these men, and these men weren't known to be taking these drugs and things like that, and they didn't have the option to say no.
That's the biggest problem I have with this, is that she drugged these men, and it's not the same, but it is bad. That's all I could really equate it to.
I mean, going to a strip club or whatever, a male is not expected to be drugged, And it's sad to say, even in bars, it's sad to say that females are being drugged, So that's why we have these precautionary measures for females to, check their drinks, that you've got this test they've come out with and stuff like that. Now, at the end of the day, I feel like, yes, I agree that she should have faced some sort of punishment if someone comes forward. But at the same time, yes, I do agree that it's not the same, how should I say this? Magnitude as Bill Cosby's situation.
Definitely. Well, actually, LUTV news reporter Kelsey McLennan went on a campus to ask students their opinions on this matter.
It's always going to be a double standard, just because if a woman was to come and say she was raped, then it's time to look at it. But if a man says it, people generally say, okay, well, can a man really be raped? So people generally aren't that sympathetic for men or male victims, as you would say. So
then again, I also seen on the internet how people would compare her situation to Bill Cosby, but what they need to keep in mind is, although they both drugged, which is messed up, period, Bill Cosby's situation, that was sexual assault versus Cardi B, she's robbing. One will leave a mental note forever in their mind, someone is taking a part of them spiritually.
Nobody saying nothing about her, but Bill Cosby, this stuff happened 30 years ago, and they waiting now, and even though it's past statute of limitation, Bill Cosby's sitting in jail right now.
So what do you all think that should happen to her? Because I know maybe years ago, Rick Ross actually had an incident where in his song he mentioned about putting Molly in someone's champagne and they didn't even know it. And he actually lost his Reebok deal with that. So
I feel like something should come to Cardi. I know she's become popular recently. Yes. And I know a lot of females they look up to her, or they look up to her I feel like she's kind of a figure in feminism lately. Maybe negative, maybe positive. I don't know. That's up to the fans.
I feel like the fact that this happened at this time, if this was in the 90s or 80s, I think the punishment would be a bit different. But with, #MeToo, so on and so forth, she just so happened to do this at the right time, and that's why there's no severe punishment for her right now.
I don't think that any punishment will come to her. I don't think her image will suffer at all. And I will say that this doesn't excuse it in any way, but it says a lot that she admitted to it. She never bragged about doing it. It was a live video, but I'd say that there are certain things that make this situation a lot different than someone else who might have done.
Her saying that she did it for survival. Do you
Right.
think
Yeah.
that?
I mean, whether or not that's true, I would have no idea, but I'm sure that there were other options available.
Of course,
Sure
I
too.
definitely think there's plenty of other options out
Yeah.
of getting a normal job. She was already a stripper and working, although that can be a hard job for her, but there's so many jobs available.
Like I said, it's the drugging aspect I have the biggest problem with. Not that it's right to rob anyone anyway, but
What are y'all's thoughts about the hashtag surviving Cardi B as opposed to surviving R. Kelly thing?
I feel like it's more of a joke than it is serious.
Definitely.
Like, I see the memes, and I do admit that I do see them on Facebook and other social medias, and, they think it's funny at the time, because I didn't know, I thought this was like a fake thing,
Yeah.
because, Cardi B's all for, whatever she talks about in her music, but, I thought it was a fake thing until I really looked into it, so.
Yeah, definitely. I think that it almost makes a mockery of the actual survivors of R. Kelly, and
Yeah.
it's not something that you should actually joke about.
and again, what Cardi B did is not the same as what R. Kelly did. And I think that needs to be taken into account for. I feel like a lot of times we equate things, especially on social media, we equate two things that are not at all the same.
Definitely. But I think some punishment should come her way.
I agree.
But thank you, panel, and thank you for tuning into After LUTV News. Be sure to like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter for more LUTV content. See you next time.